In 36 hours, the EU referendum will be well underway, and in just under 48, we will have the results. I want to talk about why I'm voting Remain and why I'm terrified that Leave is what's going to happen. Firstly, we can all agree there's been fear on both sides of both the Leave and the Remain campaigns. The Leave campaign propagates a fear of immigration and a fear of the EU as an overly bureaucratic and horrible organisation that prevents Britain from having control over its own laws and its borders. The Remain camp propagates the fear of the Leave campaign itself by saying that the risks of leaving are too great. I mean, fear especially immigration from Leave, which I find to be very dishonest and particularly horrible. What I haven't noticed is much hope on the side of either campaign, but when I have seen hope on the Leave campaign, it's about taking back Britain. And basically it's a massive fuck off to the entirety of the EU, to Europe. But I think there can be hope in Remain, and I don't think the hope in Leave is particularly honest. The hope that Leave propagates is nihilistic, nationalistic and arrogant. It stems from the idea that Britain is better on its own, that Europe is a false idea, that unity is a false idea, and that Britain is greater than the EU. Britain is stronger and worth believing in, and those ideals are worth believing in. And the ideals a lot of people talk about are frankly outdated and absurd. They come from a time when Britain had an empire, but also committed grave atrocities in the name of Queen and country. The nihilism comes from the belief that the EU, specifically, not just Europe, the EU is bureaucratic and horrendous. It is broken beyond repair, so let's get out, let's burn it down and start afresh and just start out on our own. If it's nihilistic, it's in fact the opposite of hope. And I find that it's offered by people who are already at the top of the food chain. People who are insanely rich and who don't stand to lose anything from the 10 years it might take us to establish a new agreement with the EU single market, but they want us to believe that this is a revolt, that we can have hope and take back Britain and have our independence. Here's the hope I see in Remain. Yes, the system is broken, but the system was meant to be fixed. Yes, the system has been corrupted, but the EU referendum isn't about this UK government run by David Cameron. This EU referendum is about all future UK governments and about the potential what we can have as a nation, about having hope in a future where we can change things if we turn up every day and ask for that change and demand it. The EEC, as it originally began out of the ashes of World War II, is meant to inspire. It was formed after centuries, millennia of European countries fighting amongst themselves to build their empire, to make things better for the people within their own countries out of a nationalistic desire and a belief that they were better than everyone else. And yet, at the end of World War II, we decided to stop that. It's bad today, but it can be better tomorrow. Not by quitting and saying we'll do it our own way because we're better than everyone else, but by banding together with everyone else and saying that they aren't everyone else, they're us. And that's why I want to stay. Because I believe in the hope that we can change things together. Not just everyone in Britain, but everyone in Europe, if we all realise what it is we're fighting for. Movements in the US for Bernie Sanders, that the same movements that have allowed Podemos in Spain to be so successful, that voted Jeremy Corbyn to be the leader of the Labour Party. These movements necessarily haven't delivered on their promise yet, but they came from an honest place in the belief that we are better together, stronger when we work for each other. We have to turn up every day after we win though. Leave or Remain. We have to keep turning up and asking for that change. Here's how I see the hope. The Leave camp is Snowpiercer. Yes, we can blow up the train and exit the EU, but the cost it will have is too great. And here's the secret. Leave camp isn't even Chris Evans in the train, it's Ed Harris. It's the people in the front carriage telling us to blow ourselves up, and the people in the front carriage survive. The Remain camp, as flawed as it is and as fear-based as it is the Lego movie. The idea that if we reach out to our leaders, if we show them what we can do collectively as well as individually, then we can change things. That's the hope I aspire to. That's the EU I aspire to. And it's the Britain that I'm proud to be a part of, and the Britain that I aspire to. I'm in. If you like the video, you can like it, you can click subscribe. If it's changed your mind about which way you're voting, share it, comment below, let me know, and I'll put in the description links to other videos that outline in more rational and fact-based ideas why I think Remain is the way to go. Or do indeed stay. Thanks for watching. Bye.